Portillo's celebrating its 60th anniversary here in 2023. Time to join in on the festivities. Greetings, friends, and welcome back to Mike Allen from Chicagoland. Currently broadcasting from Downers Grove, Illinois, joining in on the festivities of Portillo's 60th anniversary. So let's head inside and get started on that celebration. Come and join me. So Portillo's started in 1963 under founder Dick Portillo in nearby Villa Park, Illinois. And this doghouse stand is a replica of his humble beginnings. This is what he started out with, a very tiny hot dog stand that didn't even have running water. As you can see, hot dogs were 35 cents at the time. He built it into a restaurant empire here in the Chicagoland area and sold it, I think it was around 2015 or 2016, and now a private equity firm owns the company, and they've just been expanding nationally. So maybe you don't live in the Chicago area, but you may very well be having a Portillo's opening up nearby. So part of that celebration has been Portillo's rolling out this doghouse here every Thursday for probably the last couple weeks now, and it's going to run through June. They're bringing the doghouse back to a select location of Portillo's here in the Chicago area, and today I just happened to be here in front of the Downers Grove location. It worked out well with my schedule, and that's why I chose this spot. So looking forward to seeing what types of festivities they have in store here. Inside the doghouse, they're selling a bunch of anniversary memorabilia here, t-shirts, keychains, magnets. Have to check that out before I leave. Definitely be scanning this QR code here. Up on top of the doghouse here, they have the original menu of tamales, hot dogs, fries, and soft drinks. Gradually over the years, that menu has grown, and we'll head inside the actual restaurant here shortly, and I'll show you the menu. So in case you're not from the Chicago area and maybe never heard of Portillo's before, it's one of those types of restaurants that really has a hardcore following of true diehard fans, much in the same way as In-N-Out Burger or Whataburger, or even a place like Skyline Chili in Cincinnati, those types of restaurant brands that have a really hardcore following. And I was mistaken. It looks like hot dogs, fries, and trimmings, 35 cents. Yeah, this is a fascinating story of founder Dick Portillo. He taught himself how to cook, how to make hot dogs. Eventually he added items such as Italian beef to the mix. But I've heard countless stories about him and how hard he worked to grow his business, once tripping and falling while serving a customer and basically skinning his knees. As I mentioned earlier, his doghouse didn't even have running water, so very, very humble beginnings. Definitely encourage anyone who are interested in rags to riches stories and humble beginnings, definitely check out Dick Portillo's story. It's a very, very interesting one. Gonna have to give this a try, see if I have a chance to win something. I'm ready. We're gonna give it a shot here.
Get a good one. Get a good one.
All right.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, so close. That's a good one. You got something good, though.
All good. All good. Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Got myself a Portillo's cup here as my prize. We'll definitely take this home and add it to my collection of cups. My first ever visit to a Portillo's was back in high school. Went to the Vernon Hills, Illinois location, and been a big fan ever since. That was 26 years ago, and countless other visits later, still a fan. This particular Portillo's is themed after 1920s Prohibition era memorabilia, pictures, things of that nature. I think it's one of a few themes that Portillo's has. I know another one is a 50s diner theme, and I have tried the lemon cake before, and it is magnificent. Glimpse of their menu here. They do offer burgers and Maxwell Street Polish sausages, ribs, salads, and a amazing dessert menu too. And they do make the hot dogs here right in front of you. It's got all the condiments of a Chicago style hot dog. This is a new feature. Usually Portillo's doesn't have their pop machines out here for the customer. Usually it's behind the counter. I like this new change. While we're waiting, I thought I'd show you some pictures from this location. Here's a picture of the Prohibition era, 1920s Chicago. Barrel of liquor being destroyed. This here is confiscated distillery equipment. Above us is an old-timey pickup truck with what looks to be some bootleg booze. There's a still taken from a Southside raid, circa Chicago 1922. And what's a 1920s themed restaurant without old Scarface himself, Al Capone? So I ended up going with the Italian beef with the hot and sweet peppers. I've profiled the sandwich on my channel before at Johnny's Beef in Elmwood Park. Portillo's is, as I mentioned before, it's more of the regional chain, so there's several locations around the Chicago area, and as I also mentioned earlier, that the chain is growing nationally. But I'm going to dig into my sandwich here. Oh, forgot to mention, I also got a Chicago-style hot dog with all the trimmings, and I'll show that to you here in a second. Here is Portillo's version of the Italian beef with the giardiniera peppers right here and the green bell peppers, which are also called sweet peppers. And anytime you have a Italian beef sandwich, you always got to have plenty of napkins there. What I love about the Italian beef sandwich is just the crunch of the peppers really just adds to the ambiance of eating such a sandwich. So one menu item that Portillo's is also famous for is their cake shake. In particular, their chocolate cake shake, where they stick an entire piece of chocolate cake inside a milkshake. Now, I didn't order that this time. I've got some plans for upcoming video where I'm going to incorporate the Portillo's chocolate cake shake, so stay tuned for that. So the Italian beef was polished off, but saving the hot dog for a thumbnail right in front of the doghouse. Here's the Chicago dog with all the trimmings, the tomato, the sport peppers, the dill pickle, onions, the relish, and the celery salt, all on top of a sesame seed bun. All right. And I'm just gonna dig in right now before it gets any colder. And Portillo's is a member of the Clean Bag Club. Got myself a fridge magnet from the merchandise stand inside the doghouse. 60th anniversary. One thing I forgot to point out, that in front of the doghouse, they got this giant onion ring. I would highly recommend trying their onion rings if you ever get to a Portillo's, along with their Italian beef and hot dogs. Probably the best onion rings I've ever had. So on the way over to my car, I did a little bit of research, and it was 2014 that Dick Portillo's sold his business to a private equity group who has been in the process of expanding the brand nationwide. And so if you don't live in the Chicago area, just give it a look to see if you have a Portillo's in your area. There's a couple opening up down in the Dallas-Fort Worth region. I know the places down in Florida, there's one in Orlando near Walt Disney World, as well as Tampa, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Indianapolis, with plans to open other locations as well. I'll put a link down in the description below to the article which talks about Portillo's 60th anniversary celebration. So there's going to be a few more of these taking place in the next few Thursdays. I think the last one is on June 8th, but the article has all the details. Anyways, if you just wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. There's other ways you can help me out in growing the channel. I'll put links down in the description below. Anyways, this is Mike Allen from Chicagoland, signing off from Downers Grove, Illinois. I'll be back next week with another video, but until then, don't you go changing.